let's talk about the Rockets and let's talk about OG Anunoby because the Rockets are in fourth place in the Western Conference. But but expectations for the Rockets, were pretty high given that they acquired Kevin Durant. Now, obviously, when you lose, Fred VanVleet, you know, due to his injury, that's going to obviously, hinder their abilities to, do what they were intending to do. But they are still fourth in the Western Conference. So my question to you guys is, what do we feel about the Houston Rockets? How are we feeling about them? Do you guys feel like they are, gonna be a contender still in the West? Like I said, they're still fourth, so they're like, they're still on the playoff hunt and everything like that. But, the West is loaded, like it's really hard to come out of the Western Conference. Anytime we always talk about it, but especially now if they are missing Fred VanVleet. But you still have Kevin Durant, you still have Alperen Sengun, they have pieces, but it's just a matter of, do we think they have enough, given the landscape of the NBA? And my answer to that is kind of like, I'm not sure, I'm not sure if they have enough. I loved, when they picked up Kevin Durant, obviously. When they made the moves over the summer, I was talking about how I felt like they needed to get more veterans, and then they brought in like Dorian Finney-Smith and Clint Capella and stuff like that. I still don't know if they have enough, and I wasn't sure then either. I don't know. They're in a tough spot, but obviously they have a chance. Adding Kevin Durant gives you a chance, right? So they have a chance. I'm just, I'm not sure if they have enough, and that's why I wanted to ask you guys what you think. If you think the Rockets have enough, or if you think that they, just unfortunately are in a spot where, they won't end up, winning the championship, which is their goal, by adding Kevin Durant. Because they only have Kevin Durant for a short period of time. Like he's on a short, well, actually, no. I lied. I forgot they extended him. But what do we think about the Rockets? And then let's talk about OG. OG Anunoby. OG Anunoby. He has always been an awesome defender throughout his career. We know this. This year, he's had a real impact since he's been on the Knicks, and he had an impact on the Raptors as well. But with that being said, OG, I feel like OG does not necessarily get the credit for the defense that he plays. Like, when people watch him, they're like, oh, OG is like this awesome defender. But I feel like kind of similar to like how, when Klay Thompson was on the Warriors, and I think he made all defense second team, maybe like a couple of times. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he didn't make all defense the amount of times that he really deserved it, because he was like one of the best defenders in the league, like the best two-way player, him and Kawhi at the time, and people talked about how good of a defender Klay was, but like he didn't get the awards for it. So I feel like OG, not comparing him to Klay, but I feel like OG does have, like some of that, where like he gets talked about as, he's an awesome defender, but like I feel like he doesn't necessarily get the awards per se. And it's a tough award to, you know, get, like making all defense, because there are so many awesome defenders in the league. So I am not trying to discredit any of the other defenders. You know, but I'm just saying, like, I do think OG should get a little bit more recognition for his defense, because he has an immense amount of impact on the Knicks, like on defense, things that show up in the box score and things that don't show up. And if the Knicks continue to keep winning and they're second in the Eastern Conference, you know, I think he should make an all defensive team. But again, when we come, you know, to the end of the year, maybe that'll be different, because there are so many good defenders. Like I said, obviously Victor Wembanyama will make all defense. We know this. He might be the top candidate for Defensive Player of the Year right now. I'm not sure. But there are so many good defenders in the league, and, you know, it's hard to just say, you know, take somebody off the list, right? I do think OG should, you know, get some recognition, and I don't know which team he should end up on, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know which team, but I do think he should. If the Knicks continue to trend this way, I think he should make an all-defensive team. That's my opinion. Somebody said, what do you think the Lakers should do? Well, right now, nothing, because Austin Reeves is out a month, and they have Luka for their future, right? And LeBron never, you know, LeBron's never retiring, right? But obviously he's going to retire at some point, and likely, you know, soon. Maybe after this year, maybe not. We'll see. So right now, I feel like they're in like a waiting period, kind of. Like, they're in win now mode, obviously, with Luka. But I don't know if they have a trade out there that they can make right now, unless they included one of those three guys, right? And they're obviously not trading Luka. And they're not going to trade LeBron, I don't think, right? But at the same time, you know, they're in a tough spot. They really are. They do need to make some kind of move. I'm not sure if they have a move to make right now. Maybe over the summer they have a move when they see what happens. I talked about the Austin Reeves thing, unless I'm like drawing a blank. I talked about it on a live stream where, like, Austin Reeves is going to be looking to get a big payday because he's due for a payday this summer. And if the Lakers aren't willing to pay him, he will get it somewhere else. I just can't remember if he got the extension or not. I know I'm pretty sure they offered him something, but he obviously rejected it for obvious reasons, because he can get way more. So that is something to look out for, because if Austin Reeves just walks away, I'll have to look if he's an unrestricted free agent or restricted, I'm not sure. But that would, you know, change their plans completely. The Austin Reeves piece is a big thing, and I said that in a live stream a while ago. So just keep your eye out for Austin Reeves. That is kind of like one of the biggest pieces to the puzzle. So thank you guys so much for watching this live stream. I hope you enjoyed, and see you soon.